So, this is the first episode of the NC Off the Rink, our skate podcast that we're starting because we feel like we've got a lot to say. So, this is the first of a series of just general conversations, mainly centered around skating, our skate group and beyond, and our experiences on the skate scene.
What is that?
What's in the agenda?
What is the NC? Because a lot of people ask me, NC, what is it? What is it? They don't know.
The next chapter of roller skating in London, I guess that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
To progress skating in the scene and also to spread it.
I feel like the NC is multifaceted in that kind of concept where we're bringing a fresh desire back to skating and bringing skating back in a sense where we want to make it big. We want the community to join in. We want people to, know what it is to be a part of a community, to be a part of something. We don't get that often nowadays, but yeah, it's nice that this scene and what we're doing is bringing that back.
Yeah, and it's bigger than London. It may have started out as a London thing,
right?
But it's much bigger than London. I can feel our reach in Europe, and what we do and how we do it. And I feel like, the skaters that came before us have taken it to a point, and now it's on us to continue it and then pass it on. And as it continues, and as we do that, we adjust and we change the culture, to make it more inclusive into the world, because I feel like the world is now kind of coming into London a bit more than it was, with Roll On and just with us traveling more.
Yeah, exactly.
They're seeing that there is more London skaters out there. There was only a few at first. Now they see there's much more of us. So I feel like we're changing the whole culture. And it's something that takes time, but that's what the NC is doing. And it's the next chapter. That's what it stands for. You know what I'm saying?
So the NC's been going for 3 years now, just over 3 years. And now we've been skating together for much longer than that. Ash, me and you've known each other 9 years now. Been skating back since Vauxhall days.
Yeah.
Nadia, I can't remember where I found you.
Stratford.
Yeah, Stratford,
I saw Nadia in Stratford. I didn't see you in Stratford.
One of the bums in Stratford.
Oh, don't fuck me up. Especially after we got into that thing. Yeah. When they was fighting over me in there. Yeah.
Oh, God. But yeah, we've been traveling around the world for the last 5-6 years. And the NC came about when myself, Daniel, and Jason, he's another member of the NC. Jason, we went to Soul Skate in Detroit in 2016, and it was just a life-changing experience. Just the vibe that they had there. So they have this 4-day event, Soul Skate, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is just non-stop skating and love. The vibes were just crazy. And we actually flew into New York.
Yeah.
And we drove 10 hours across, or I drove like an idiot. I drove 10 hours across America to Detroit. But on that 10-hour drive back, we were just talking about the amazing experience that we had and how much we wish we had something like this back home. And that was when we first thought we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
It's long overdue.
But we did it though.
So Daniel put on his Nick Fury and he was like, we need to assemble a team. So I can't remember who did I get? I think I got Dom.
Yeah, I spoke to
Me, yeah.
And
Exactly.
then I got Ash Ryan as well.
Right.
and then we got
And
Carl.
Carl, man.
Shout out to Carl. Carl.
Shout out Butterfingers.
Butterfingers.
Yeah, but that was the birth of it. And then shortly after, when I think Daniel and Jason was working at Bump, they met a friendly videographer named Toby.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Toby.
Shout out Toby.
Toby.
He's over there.
I remember it was an exchange. It was originally Toby wanted to learn how to skate so we can film on skates.
Yeah.
And in exchange, we were going to teach him how to skate
Okay.
and give you free entry to Fixate. in exchange.
Hold on, I was never told about this deal.
Yeah, you was.
What do you mean?
I remember it
You offered
happened.
him free.
No, I spoke to you about it. Don't try it.
I actually can't remember it, to be
You
honest.
can't remember?
That was
You
the
can't
deal.
remember? Because I remember when Toby first came and Daniel came and was like, Ashwaya, this is Toby. Toby's Ashwaya. He's like, Ashwaya, go teach him. I was like, wait, what? I was like, who is he? He's like, oh no, he's going to be a videographer. This is for like, he's going to be NC.
That was
like,
the deal.
From then I heard NC, I was like, okay.
Well, I don't know. To this day, Toby, like, have you ever used your skates to film?
Yeah? Okay.
About 10, 12 times.
10 times.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright,
So it was useful, yeah.
yeah, it was useful, it was useful.
I feel like we got more use out of
Of
it.
you in there, yeah.
I think I've only used them for a skate video once.
Okay. But you still used it. You've acquired a skill and you've put it to use 10, 12 times. That's fine. The exchange was fair.
Exactly.
That's one of the things
Yeah.
about skating being such an underground subculture. You kind of either stumble into it or a friend of a friend brings you
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Social media is a big factor nowadays. But
Yeah.
true.
It was funny, I was at work a couple of days ago. 2 skaters rolled in. Two
Yeah.
skaters came in.
They rolled
They
in.
They came in and obviously they were buying something, but one walked past and was like, skate, all right? She walked out and then another one came to me for a return and said, you going Harrow, yeah? You going Harrow later? And I didn't recognize him, and he's speaking to me, but it's the fact that the community is so big but so small at the same time. And
So when you see each other,
yeah,
it's like,
exactly. Yeah, I got you, innit?
like Fight Club. You know
Oh
Fight
yeah,
Club?
yeah, it's like Fight Club, like, yeah.
You just know.
So I just see a skater, That's
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
But it's a bit mad though, like if someone says they know a skater, if I don't know them, then I'm like,
That's not skater.
Yeah, exactly.
like, I feel like I know every
Yeah,
skater in
that's-
Europe. If someone skates, I know you.
Exactly. I think my little brother went skating in Bruce Grove on Friday, and he said, and he was trying to describe somebody to me. I was like, who? How long they've been skating? Where?
What kind of
What they
skates
do?
they got?
What skates they got?
You know, one of the earliest ones for me, like actually not even that till now. When I'm talking to non-skaters,
Yeah.
they're like, like, do you go to Hyde Park? Do you see that blonde woman skating? Till this day, I get that
They
all the
always talk
time.
about
Do you see that blonde woman skating in Hyde Park?
Before I met you guys, I was going to and all I remember was Lisa skating there.
Yeah. Everybody talks about Lisa.
Yeah, everyone just
Yeah,
everyone just said,
Lisa
you
or
go
Hyde
Hyde
Park.
Park. I'm like, nah, not too much, you know.
Or they asked about Vauxhall. Is Vauxhall still open? No,
No.
closed
Yeah.
down. It's at Bruce Grove now. Oh, it's so
Missed that
far.
place so bad.
Yeah, me too. It was central to everywhere. Everybody from every end could go there, which is kind of annoying.
I never
now.
would have known it would reach
Would you
like
mean?
that effect of going for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm a rink skater. I'm a rink skater.
Yeah.
But I'll never have dreamed of that first time I ever went roller skating to a roller disco, the effect that it would have on my life.
Yeah,
No,
it's the
New
truth.
Zealand,
It's the
it's
truth.
really
Never had
good.
that effect on me at all.
So what was your
Not
rink
me.
that you could say you
Well,
see
listen,
from home?
me, I am the only one here. One of the only people I know actually in the UK who is actually a second generation skater.
Yeah, true.
So
That's
my
true.
dad used to
That's
skate,
true.
but not in rinks.
So
Yeah.
no, but rinks were big back then. There was one rink that was in, I think it's in Edmonton, that was big. But obviously,
Rollers.
I can't remember what it's
There's a
called.
few. There was a couple. There's a
I
couple.
don't remember what it's called, but like obviously my dad taught me how to skate and he knew all the skates back then. So I knew how to skate beforehand and I skated with people from way back when I was a kid. Like I seen Surf skate when I was a boy, Wayne skate when I was a boy, like
Shout out Wayne.
all them.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah. I've seen them, so obviously me coming up, I've learned to skate in Hyde Park, Battersea Park. Those are the places I learned to skate. So going to Vauxhall wasn't a thing for me.
Okay.
It wasn't a thing.
So wait, what became the thing for you? Would you like what place became like a place that you would want to consistently go skate at?
At first it was just in Hyde Park. Hyde Park was me every single Sunday. I was there, Hyde Park, all the time. And then I started going to Stratford. I started hanging out with Jason. Obviously we were kind of competing in a sense and our skills were getting better. And as the skills getting better, you find that you either do more moves on a flat surface.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you end up at places like Fixate and I went to Vauxhall, but I only went for roll-on.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
not roll-on.
Roll out.
Roll out.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't a fan.
Well, that you went not trying to be
See how it is,
controversial.
man. You went to a different
Okay, you
kind
went
of
to a
event.
rave. You went to a rave, not a roller disco. That's what you went to. So the previous years, it was still a rave, but it was still a roller disco. Where at rollout, it became more about taking off your skates and twerking in the middle of the skate rink, and also about a ball, riding a ball. That's nothing to do with roller
That's one of the
disco.
things about Vauxhall though. It was open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and at a point it was every Sunday. Innit?
Yeah, no, there was.
So
Yeah,
for those
Sunday.
4 nights, but you could go 4 consecutive nights and have 4 completely different experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
So like Thursday was the student night. It was the hip hop, R&B,
Right.
like the young crowd.
Young crowd.
Friday was my night.
That was when you would go to a roller disco and like you'd be like, oh, I've never heard this song before, and they'll introduce you to new songs. What I feel like a lot of roller discos has become is that it's just become about radio hits and not so much about
What's popular.
what's popular, what can make a crowd go hype instead of focusing about the actual art of roller skating, which is how it is. I personally feel for certain places.
You would never catch me at Vauxhall on a Saturday.
No.
That was their disco night.
That was their
so that was when you had all the like corporate events in the tutus and the neons and the afros. Like, nah, the music wasn't.
But they're
for me.
needed. But that's needed though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's needed.
100%.
It's
It
needed.
kept their business alive.
Yeah, it has to. It has to be. They have to have nights like that for it to be, because certain people have in their mind they got a connotation of roller disco, which is not what we do, but that's in their mind, so they have to market it that way sometimes. So yeah.
Eventually, I'd like to change the word disco.
I personally,
Roller disco. I hate it because even in my head, it's still disco. 70s disco ball and that. I just want to take it away.
Yeah,
I
the
just wanna take it
connotations
away.
that
what would
it
you
has.
call it instead of a roller disco?
If I had an idea, I would have done it already.
Okay.
But no.
Does anybody else have an idea? Instead of calling it a roller disco, what would you call it?
Roller rink.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of things come back to our experiences when we go to America because they've had the template for generations. Like you mentioned,
Skateboard.
2nd generation skater.
Yeah, but I've met the 6th, 7th generation skaters in the States.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So they've had that foundation.
But you have to
for
remember, like,
generations.
America, they're just different. The black people, they're different.
It's just different. It is
You know,
though.
they just move different. They're different. You know what I'm saying? So when they do things, as a country, they just do things bigger and better. When it comes to entertainment, no one does it like the States.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
They've
saying?
had the opportunity.
Yeah, like
They've
the
had that
skating over
evolution.
here is new. It's very new. Like I'm 2nd. I don't know anyone on the planet that's in the UK that's 3rd generation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a 2nd is as deep as it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
When you go over there, they got 6th, 7th generation skaters. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm jealous.
And but
It's true.
the culture takes time to change, and I see it changing. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I see it changing, and what we do is slowly becoming the norm,
Right.
rather than that's what they do over there. It's becoming normal to just skate like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because come 3-4 years ago, how many people were doing who was jamming?
There was
How many people jamming, and how many
the people
could
that
you
say,
point out styles? Could you see? Do you know what I mean?
the people that say,
All they knew, Crazy Leg.
the people
Downtown. Don't forget downtown.
But we're talking about 5-6
Well,
years ago.
it was-
No,
when
downtown
you
wasn't
talk
a thing
about
back then.
downtown. We
No,
were
when you-
teaching
downtown
downtown. We were
was
teaching
happening.
downtown, but it wasn't really happening.
When you talk about
Yeah.
Vauxhall, when we was
Yes.
going back,
Yeah.
when we was going skating in Vauxhall, how many people really, when we were there jamming in the middle, how many people jammed?
Oh, I hardly even used to jam in the
Right,
middle.
and
Yeah.
I'm considered fairly new
Yeah.
in Vauxhall at the time.
Like,
There was not a lot of jamming going on.
There was like some like few and far between. Most people, if they were jamming in the corner because they really
Right.
didn't want anyone to even see them doing it because they were in their own zone. It wasn't really like to be like, oh, show. It was some people who were about show, but maybe that's like 2 people.
But we're saying as an evolution, when you talk about how Darren's talking about how the culture's changed, it has changed. It has changed.
Yes, you can definitely
How many people, you know, when you look about, even we talk about skates themselves, how many people had ideas? How many had ideas? Everybody had either Ventro Pros or, shout out to the Ventro Pro people, and the beginners.
Ventro.
And you know, we still got the bowels going around, and great, yeah. But how many people had rhythm skates?
way.
We'll even get the
Right,
cheap ones.
but when
I
we
look back
the cheap ones.
I look back at old Silver Spoons videos, and it is just a load of people just going around in a circle, like dancing, but just going around, going around, nodding their head. They're not really doing footwork as they're going around, just
go around. That's
around.
fine. Yeah.
Like now.
You talk about the next chapter and what people have done. Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say. The culture is changing slowly,
right.
but it's not going to change in like 1 or 2 years. It's a generational
Right.
change that's going to come about, 5-10 years, you know what I mean? When it's going to be normal to just do what we do, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where my knee is right now. I hope I'm still skating.
Better be stretching, old man. Yeah, stretching, old man. Yeah.
I'm happy with the way it's going.
Yeah.
With the change. It's it's to an extent we have to kind of spoon feed people. Do you know what I mean? We can't just be like just throw it on them. It's got to be slowly. Even with the music, like
that one.
you can't just hit them with some JB.
They
don't know what to do.
They no idea.
They don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. When they hear that, they're like, oh my god, this is alien.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's that slow infusion.
Like house is completely alien to a lot. And I remember I used to be so anti-house until one time I spent so much time with Daniel and Jason, and I was like, this is actually amazing. I didn't realise how amazing this is. This is actually great.
And that's what's happened to the scene, like, because people would hear certain music and they'd be like, oh, what's this? But then when they see how you move to the music, they go, all right, say nothing. Okay, cool. I see it. And then slowly that changes and people start to try those things. I see people just spinning off in the corner.
Exactly.
Who are you spinning?
Sorry, big
it's
man.
just normal now, like, you know what I mean? It's not a thing. Before it was like that guy that spins. And I was like, yeah, I can do that.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Wow.
There's girls spinning as well, which I'm happy about.
I think it shows people are not afraid anymore to try something new.
Yeah.
A lot of people stepped outside their comfort zone. So the comfort zone was speed skating around the rink. Great. And I see people do it still, and I'm amazed by what they can do. But I feel like those people have even stepped out and said, okay, let me try something new. Let me try a couple, tutu crazy leg, and let me try and spin, and let me try these all different things and not stick to what I know because I know it. Yeah, and nobody's looking at you and saying, oh, you can just do that, that's all you ever do. Yeah, I mean, now I think people feel better about themselves that they've got a wider range. I can speed it, but then I can also slow down and say, I can join in with Dan and that, doing whatever around the ring.
When you're doing the routines.
Shout out to all the people that join in the routines and do the routines as well. It's not a small thing that you join in.
It's a lot scary for a lot of people as well.
Do you know what? Even that, like the numbers and the routines and stuff. That was 2016 when we started doing that, right? So we picked that up in Soul Skate. We saw people doing it, the little cross back, and then calling out the different numbers. We bring a few of those moves back, and the evolution of that now. Like, I don't even do it because I don't know which number's what. I just remember 5 used to be the kick, and I used to love that.
But what's crazy is that when I was in Detroit, I saw them doing it. I didn't know it, so I was like, all right, show me this. Got back to London now, and remember the NC went to Stratford. I was like, okay, guys, all of you need to learn this. Everybody needs to learn this. We all learned
I remember that day.
We're gonna learn.
You all need to learn this. It's like dishing out to the NC, and then the NC went, and then just shared it among everyone else.
It's the truth.
What you were saying about you have to give people doses of it. So a prime example of that is when a video of us started going viral within our community here. I remember people was like, what they doing, man? They got that from America. It's like, yeah, so what? We're broadening our horizons, but you have that negative.
I had a little beef because of that.
But you remember that comment?
I remember that comment.
That's where they got it from, lol. But it's like, we're learning more, and people like it. We've bring it back here. We've made it our own. And now there's people who didn't know where it came from in the UK. That now have their own versions of it. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It's just evolution.
That's what we're saying,
That's what it is.
Nothing's new that comes underneath the sun or whatever that saying is. Because that's what people think. They think everything is like, it's new.
I think people have there's skaters that have a resistance to anything American. They just have a natural resistance. So if they see you skating a certain way, they'll say,
Oh, that's
you're
amazing.
just trying to be American, and they resist it. You know, I've had people say, yeah, I want to learn how to skate like that, but you know, more English. I'm like,
What's that mean?
What does that mean?
What's that
Yeah.
mean?
Like they
Reserved.
do it. They over there, they do it better than anyone else.
Yeah. In the
If you can
world.
tell us what that means,
So
great.
why,
Like,
so
we
why
don't
would I
know
not
what it means.
want
Put
to
it
try
into
and do
comments.
it the best I can possibly
Right,
do?
right,
Do
right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right, right.
If you can add your flavour on it, then cool.
Yeah, but
Like,
there's a
reserved.
resistance
What was the
to.
first move you learned? Like, for me, I think it was crazy legs.
Yeah.
Shout out Stuart. Stuart, Crazy Stu, he taught me crazy legs. Took me a long time, but I got it. But you can do crazy legs in so many different ways.
Right.
Like you once you learn it, you make it yours, whichever
I'd
way
like
you're
to,
comfortable.
on that note, shout out Helen, who he's always said when I was practicing in front of JD Sports, you know, the black screen in Stratford. Yeah, she was like, she said, everybody can do the move. She said, get the technique and make it your own. Once you've got the technique, you don't have to do it the way everybody's done it. You know, just do it how you want to do it. You know, listen to the music, whatever music you're listening to, and enjoy it through that. Yeah. So a big shout out for that. Because Crazy Leg was something I was just staring at it like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I definitely want to get that. That's it. Once I've done that, I've made it. I thought I was well bounced. So, you know, once I got the spin up done, I'm good.
That's like the hardest move to get, man.
What? The Crazy Leg?
Crazy legs are the hardest.
Spinning for me is the hardest. Crazy Leg wasn't that hard. for
Crazy
me.
Leg
Ages
was
to
hard,
get
and so was
crazy
Grapevine for me.
Grapevine was flexibility for me. I could put my legs out like that, but I couldn't bring them in.
This
so
part?
that bringing it back,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
turn.
I couldn't turn my feet
The
in,
turn
so I
back.
just couldn't do it.
I love Grapevine. It took me I went to with Tyran when Tyran was in his chair. I used to go to what's it called again? The National Gallery. That's where everyone would go after Hyde Park. And Tyran would have his car. Nigel would be there, Michael Dredd, and then they would just literally sit down and watch me do Grapevine over and over again. I still wasn't getting it. For a whole 4 weeks, I kept going back to them and then get it for 4 weeks, and then one time at 247. Huh?
You was learning it then?
Yeah.
I remember when Chris Nima came from
Yeah.
Oh, that by the other one.
from Canada,
Yeah.
and he was teaching us.
Yeah, but he was
And I
teaching me
like,
the other way.
Actually, I can do it before me.
Wow, the tears
He
out
was teaching me. He was teaching me the
so
other
you've
way
been
around.
you've
'Cause
been
he-
doing it for
Yeah,
years.
so I was doing it that way, but he was teaching me the opposite way, and then he was teaching me some other ways.
Great.
So he was making my variations more precise and my variations more
That guy
tight and
needs to
stuff.
come back
He
to
needs to come back.
London,
Yeah, Chris was amazing. I still got that the one because me and him went to Greenwich, and then I got the videos of him teaching me. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's still doing some great things online. I've seen him
Yeah.
do some nice formations, nice variations, yeah.
I love Grapevine. That's one of my favorites. It's like if you don't know Grapevine, then
I don't know Grapevine.
Learn it.
I didn't bother to learn it either.
Hear this guy.
I just can't bother to
Do you
learn
know
it.
what? Do you know what,
that?
though?
You can go
It's
out
not
there.
good.
Yeah,
You
but
can go- you can hold-
there's
you
some
can hold that
moves.
part,
There's some
that
moves that people do that I like that I could do, but it suits them, and I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I personally
Or
wouldn't
like
do it.
The one where you put your hand down and your butt goes up in the air, that one.
I don't know
I
what
hate
you're
that.
talking about.
The one with
The windmill.
The windmill.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know the
You
windmill?
spread your legs out,
Spread
you
out
put your
and
hands
you
down,
Oh, and
just
you-
go around.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I hate that.
I think in a you know, but that's skating for you, isn't it? You don't have to do a move. You can appreciate what people put out there.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily something I would do.
Yeah,
but I can
I
see it and say that actually looks awesome. But it doesn't. It's not my style.
That's like JB for me. JB, I can appreciate it to look at it. But I don't feel it's me. I
No,
don't
I
feel
can't.
to move like that. When
That's
I,
cool.
when I'm
and
skating.
I-
I don't
but
know.
we-
When the man at work in the ring,
It looks sick.
It looks amazing.
It
it's
looks sick.
artwork.
Yeah.
It
man.
really
Artwork,
is, but
man.
for me,
That's fine. That's
like
cool.
skating for me is expressions. I can't dance when I'm off of skates, but when I'm on skates, this is how I express myself.
Yeah.
You think you
But
can't
he,
dance on the
but
skates?
can he dance on skates? though?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Put your skates on now, boy.
Yeah, we can do that, boys.
I've seen you dance on skates.
There you have it.
I've seen you do the.
Wow. That listen.
Don't know how many hours he spent in front of the French prison.
The people in it is.
Jenny.
Oh, that is
Anyway.
serious.
There's actual video of that
JB
one.
is not for me,
Fair enough.
but I appreciate it.
I do like
I
JB.
appreciate it.
I do
I'll
like
do it for shit though.
Striding, I like my strides. Shout out to my Ohio,
Yeah,
my Ohio
exactly.
family.
Exactly. Yeah. I got to do that with Leah in Barcelona recently. Yeah, showing me.
With Tony.
It's harder than it looks.
It's really hard. They were trying to show me
It's harder than it looks. So.
Colchester.
Yeah.
It's mad. Yeah, so, but I appreciate like learning something new, boys. Yeah. I love it, boys. Yeah,
That's why I
different.
liked Colchester so much. I was like, even though I hurt myself, I was learning so much different things. I was just like, oh, I wish there was a second day in Colchester.
And it's nice to learn
Colchester needs to
something
be
new.
closer.
I think it's nice. Sometimes when you lead something, you don't get to learn. And I think it's nice to go somewhere and just learn. Just soak it back up. It's a fresh desire for it when you learn something. You're like, oh yeah, I can do
those nights
that.
are very rare.
Exactly.
There's a
Very
far
rare
and
now.
few between.
Yeah.
And so you got to appreciate them when they come along. So you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
learning
there's so
something
far and few
new.
between.
But we're giving those nights to other people.
That's true.
That's
That's
one
right.
thing. Like we're
That's
giving
true.
those.
That's right.
So sometimes it's like let's just be real. Like the reason why I didn't go to Barcelona is because I was kind of craving those nights instead of giving those nights to somebody else. And that sounds selfish, but I kind of wanted to be able to learn so I can appreciate skating a little bit more.
I think you missed out, but there was a lot to learn in Barcelona.
Yeah.
It was different.
It was
to
different
last year.
There was a lot to
maybe in
learn.
comparison
But I
to
know
what
you was
felt.
trying to go to ATL. And that was
Yeah,
your main
it didn't
concern.
work out, but like
That was your
that was
focus.
my mission. I wanted to kind of like
I
further
learned.
myself.
I learned. Because obviously Danielle was there, and I love skating with Danielle.
Yeah.
And I always feel like a beginner when I skate with her.
Oh, I do
Yeah,
love
same.
Danielle, I do
Because when she's doing the couple skating,
Yeah,
like,
she's
I
amazing.
feel it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like a beginner, man.
Tripping
Like,
over our
I'm all
feet.
nervous. She's like, okay, you lead. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But then when I'm skating with Ebony, it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
When I'm skating with Danielle, I'm like, I don't
All
know.
of a sudden.
You lead. It's man. But that's a nice feeling, though.
It is.
I hope
Yeah,
you for
it
next
is.
one or something or whatever's coming next. I'm more open to
Yeah.
to go travel. And
Even
like,
skating with Mo as well. Like,
Yeah,
he
Mo
brings,
taught me some
he
stuff.
brings the energy. Do you know
Shout
what I
out
mean?
Quadzilla.
Yeah.
I saw that
Fire
the
for
couple
that.
skating you put that. Did you put that out?
No,
You
Lawrence put it out.
That was dope. That whatever you guys were doing, that was like, oh, that was sick. And then,
Yeah.
see, you went off a little bit, but like, that was so good though.
That's it, and
Yeah.
you know what? Learning something new is going to do that to you. You feel like a beginner again. When they
But it's
like,
nice.
but that's what I'm saying. You know, you're sitting there, you feel like a beginner again
Yeah.
because you learn something totally out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone. Because now you've done something that you know you're comfortable doing it. You could do it in your sleep. Now, it's mad. Yeah.
Our trips to America and our trips to Europe, I really appreciate all of them. All of them. Like we've been, where have we been now?
Well, you guys did your tour. I've only gone.
You
to-
haven't, but you work on the days that we've had the tour.
So I went
nights.
Paris on my own
Right.
with the Playtone girls and with some of the
But
other
that was for work,
performers.
though, wasn't it?
That was for work, yeah. And I went to Ukraine and that was for work.
But we've said before, as long as one of us goes, the NC win.
Yeah. So yeah, I went Paris and Ukraine and you guys went to Scotland. Wait, you guys went to Scotland, right?
So
We went to Scotland.
yeah, so January. All right, so NC tours. Every month this year, we've tried to go to a different event or a different rink to have a different experience and meet new people. Branch out a bit more.
Yeah.
So January was Colchester,
Yeah.
and for a lot of us, that was our first real experience of Colchester. Definitely with the new management there. Shout out Jason and shout out Anne. February was where?
Was it in Southend?
I can't remember.
I think it was.
I think it was Southend.
Southend. Yeah.
What's that?
It's like Roller City.
All the thing in Southend. Yeah.
March.
Was
Man, my memory's so bad.
Was it? No, that,
Like ages
Sorry.
ago.
that wasn't Wigan though. That was. Oh, good lord! Where did we go? We went everywhere.
When did
so-
we go to Scotland?
Scotland was April. May was Paris. So Wigan must
Wigan
have been
must
March.
have-
Yeah,
yeah,
Wigan.
Wigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wigan was cool.
Oh,
That place
it
was
was
big.
fun. It
That
was
was
fun.
amazing.
Was it
Yeah.
how
It
far
was
is
massive.
Wigan from London?
4 hours.
Oh,
4
God.
hours.
Long ass drive.
You guys
Shout out to everyone that went though. Yeah.
What's the music
Craig.
in Wigan? Did you guys get to play your own music? That you
Yeah, I DJ'd in Wigan.
Yo, that night was nearly a disaster in Wigan. Kind of my fault. So I was the one talking with the management, and they agreed that we were going to DJ. And I said to the guy, "Do you have the CDJs?" Because Daniel was going to DJ and he plays off of them. And it was like, "Yeah. We've got all the equipment. Yeah." So, but we didn't look into it specifically. When we got there,
yeah.
there was no CDJs. There was some old system. It looked like you could plug an organ into it. Like, it was really
What about
old
an
and dated.
organ, you know?
Yeah. And Daniel was like, I can't play. And no disrespect, but the DJ that they had there, he was like a pub quiz DJ. Like, he was on the mic constantly.
Oh no.
Yeah, all right, lad. Yeah. Stomping his feet. It was hilarious.
Oli,
But
oli,
we
oli.
could not see. Oh, I swear he did that. I swear he
I
did
think
that.
he did.
It was
He
bad.
did,
It was
he
bad.
did.
Luckily, one of the regulars
Yeah,
was a
he had the
DJ.
equipment.
So he went to his house,
Oh, that's
grabbed
happy.
a little thing.
And then came in and
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shout out
Wow.
to
so
him.
Toby played for a bit and Daniel
Yeah,
played
yeah.
for a
Shout
bit.
out
oh
Toby.
wow,
Toby.
hey,
the night-
Toby.
The night was saved and I was sweating.
Yo.
And I actually got to skate as well.
Exactly,
I didn't think I was
yeah.
gonna be able to
That's
skate.
That was a good night, man.
It
We had
was, it
Cheryl
was.
and her family come up with the
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
Craig, Mel and the Roller Girl gang.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, what they call LSD crew. yeah, LSD crew. They came. It was a good night though. It was a good night.
It was a good night. It was a good
So
night.
that was March, April,
April's
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, that Rink, man.
That Rink, rock and
Sweet.
rollers.
Beautiful. Beautiful Rink.
Now, of all the places I've skated in the world, that is easily top 3 rink I've been to. Beautiful.
What
You
in
can't
terms
miss
of
the
the
next
what
time
though?
you
In
go.
terms
No,
of
no, I need
the
to go.
Just
the
Well, I heard
rink
the
itself.
music
Rink
stops
itself.
there.
The
If you guys
No, but
told me-
Daniel played. Daniel played.
Oh,
with
Daniel,
me.
but you played in Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh, so next
and
time-
even before he played, the playlist that they had, it was like the manager's Spotify. The music was cool. We were skating to it fine.
Yeah.
What time does it normally close though?
not
They
late.
don't have a
They don't.
they don't have
yeah.
a skate community like London has a skate community.
So they
don't
close
have
at
an
9.
adult night.
They have an adult night, so they
They
just
don't-
have people just coming in like for sessions. That's really what
They
it
don't
is.
have an adult scene to have an adult night.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's the
Exactly.
kids that really
Exactly.
is why they're open.
So what they have to
Because we
do
were
is to
teaching
basically
kids
make
there.
sure the kids don't stop skating. That's what they're tasked
It
to
gets
do.
quiet. It gets quiet. It is what it is. But
Right. What time did we get there? We got there in the afternoon. Towards the late afternoon, we got there, and there was a decent amount of kids. There was a couple birthday parties and stuff, and there was one girl. It was her first time on roller skates. She was an ice skater, but she loved us there. She loved us. She
even
was
the
learning.
cleaner loved us.
The
The
cleaner
cleaner.
said this is the best shift I've ever had.
Oh, shout out to the
The little old lady, like,
Just watching us skate.
yeah. The atmosphere you guys bring, and there was like 8 of us from London, like
Yeah.
Craig,
Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
Ebony.
Right.
Shout out to all those guys that flew out, man.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that
man.
came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all just for the
That
love
was
of
proper.
skating. That's
Right,
it.
right,
Do you know
right.
what I mean?
And Shirley put me and Mark up for the night, and Craig,
Yeah.
But no, like the rink itself was beautiful. It's only 2 years old, so
That's
of
all.
course it's going to be new. The floor was beautiful, the lighting,
Yeah. No, the building itself
The
is
building,
dope.
yeah,
the floor's
exactly.
not the best floor though.
It's on the best floor.
but it was good.
Best floor. It's a good floor. It's not the best
Like
floor.
spinnable.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
What's not
Yeah.
spinnable though?
Oh, nothing's not spinnable, but you get what I mean. Like when you're like,
Yeah.
you get what I
The
mean.
floor's similar to like Harrow.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't vinyl.
I think it
Harrow's
was.
vinyl.
I think it was vinyl.
No, it's wood. It was
I don't
wood.
think it is.
You was there.
Oh,
Took your piece,
decision
man.
maker, decision
I
maker.
don't think it's wood. Honestly, I don't think it is.
No, I think it was
I
I
thought
don't
it
think
was.
it is. I don't think it is. Nah, because
2 against 1.
yeah, but you know who's the skater? Man. Yeah,
Hear this guy.
Hey, this
man.
guy.
the
This
kid.
guy.
When you
This guy.
can walk around with your
Put
glasses
that-
off in talk, yeah.
I'm just saying. I was trying to slide.
Well,
on
don't
it.
say.
I know what. Like, I know
sliding
what
on
it
it.
feels
Said the
like.
kid.
Yeah, but I know it feels like the slide on
Man
wood
put
and
two
wood.
toes
that's
on that
good,
ring
man.
and has got
Alright,
something to
alright.
say now.
Vinyl,
We're
innit?
gonna find out, and we're gonna post in the comments. Yeah, we're
just
gonna
saying.
update in the comments what
Just
floor that
saying,
wood
innit?
is.
I'm saying the feeling, innit?
The
feeling.
Apparently, the sound and lighting alone cost £500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good.
What, for-
It was converted
for
ice
quality,
rink,
yeah.
innit?
Yeah, it's
It was
converted.
converted
Oh,
ice
okay.
rink.
So like everything was kind of in place. do you know?
Ready.
Exactly.
Just not the
Exactly.
floor.
Laid the floor.
Yeah.
That's dope though.
They just put a vinyl.
I would
floor
like to see it, but
No,
when
they
it was
were
like
really, really good to us
9
when we were
o'clock.
there,
Like
man.
that.
No.
It doesn't matter.
I asked them why did they close so early, and it was like because by 8:30 no one's here. And I think when we were there they would have stayed open,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but literally
yeah.
we were the last ones there at about 8:10. It was just us.
Yeah.
And they stayed open to 9 because everyone was having a good time. The owner came and skated.
Yeah.
We got the
Yeah,
marshals
yeah,
there,
it's
so
really
it was
good, man.
It was
It was
good.
really good.
One day, hopefully.
Gotta go back, man.
Yeah,
Bring more-
definitely.
Yeah,
bring more people
2020
in.
One day.
definitely. What was next? What's next?
What was next on that?
Oh,
It was an island, was it?
April, May, Paris.
Paris.
I was in my feelings in Paris because I was disappointed. Like I said, I'm a rink skater. And
Yeah, a lot of it is that.
so
yeah, right,
a little
right.
bit of background. 2 years prior, we went to Paris, and the organizers had joined up with another organization who had hired a really beautiful venue, and we had such a good time.
Yeah,
It was a really, really good night.
It's a huge
and for
venue.
some reason, yeah, it was massive. For some reason, I thought that this event was going to be in the same place.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I was really disappointed, and that kind of just took all my energy.
So wait, why wasn't they partnered up?
I don't know why, but
What was
Politics.
the-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
because that was a full activity event, like because
Yeah.
there was other things going on like double
Yeah,
dutch and taekwondo and
There was a
dancing.
breakdancing thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of different activities. I don't know what festival was going on at the time,
Yeah.
but we were allowed to be part of the festival at the
Yeah.
time. It was a music district as well, so yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that when you guys went to Paris the first time, I was like, oh yeah, I really want to go. But so when you guys went to Paris the next time, I was like, oh shit, they're going to go there. And then you guys came back and said you didn't go there. I was like, okay.
It's just things went against us when we were there. Like even the street skate, I was like, do you know what? I'm looking forward to the street skate anyway because it's cool. Like who can say they've skated around Paris,
Yeah.
skated in front of the Eiffel Tower? And what happened when we went this time?
Pissed
The
off.
heavens
No.
opened
Skating,
up.
like
I feel
it's
skating in the rain,
We
bro.
were stuck under a
Yeah.
tunnel for like 30, 45 minutes,
Yeah.
Wow.
waiting for it to die down, and it just didn't.
Well, I
so
wasn't
everyone
about to
just
swim
went home.
out there, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
bad
a
though. It was
downpour.
proper
Yeah.
torrential rain. Like,
Yeah.
Wow. I was thinking why I didn't see no like. I swear I saw you guys put something up.
and we posted about it.
Yeah, like I'm
Posted
talking
it.
about like you guys didn't get to stay outside the Eiffel Tower at all.
We could have if we wanted to.
Okay.
We went past the Louvre.
Okay.
That is how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah, the leaf.
My accent and stuff's terrible.
Wasn't sure.
Do you want to talk about June?
So what had happened was,
Oh, Ireland.
so June, we were supposed to go to Ireland. Shout out
to
to
go to
Ireland.
Ireland.
Sorry about not making it.
Craig's
so what
event.
happened was, my passport didn't come with me to the airport. Yeah, it didn't want to come with me, so it stayed at home.
But whoa. So in the group, Nadia's the kind of mother brain. So she's the one who's supposed to be organized and books. She checks up on the flights, she checks up on the hotel. Like Nadia's that person.
We give her
innit?
the keys.
Yeah. Nadia's that person. You can trust her to organize and get stuff done properly. Nadia organized a coach for us to get to Manchester Airport to fly from there because it was
On the hottest day of the
cheaper.
year.
On the hottest day of the year. How long was that coach drive? Like 4 hours?
Wow.
Anyway, she organised the flights.
I don't know why we're
Cool.
going into details here.
No, because it's important to give a
My
bit of
passport
context.
didn't want to come. What was I supposed to do?
We got to the gate. We got to the gate to board the plane, and she showed the man her driver's license.
No,
You-
but to
thank
be
you.
fair, on Nadia's behalf, when we went to Scotland, we could have just shown a driver's license.
Right.
So
Scotland's
I think,
part of the UK. We were going to Dublin, which is
European.
but I think in
No.
Europe.
But remember, they said you could, but not with Ryanair. Remember, we checked this at the airport. They'll be giving me them things.
oh
Okay,
yeah, that's
okay.
true.
Ryanair is all I'm saying. You get what you pay for. Yeah?
Bun
So they
Ryanair.
wouldn't
Anyway.
innit?
No
Bun
sponsorship
them
from
hard.
Ryanair,
'cause they-
Yeah, Bun Ryanair.
No respect for that,
I
yeah.
hope you get the Thomas Cook.
Oh, wow. Them Jet2 vibes there. But yeah, so basically, yeah, they wouldn't allow me to go on it. So if you ever try and go Ryanair to Dublin,
So
just
you
your
make
driver's
sure
license.
you got your
Yeah,
passport.
make sure you have your passport.
So scratch off June, but July,
Oof.
a week later, completely made up for
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
All right. Was it no? not all right.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Independence role, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
asked it.
IR, that's
asked
it.
it.
IR.
Shout out D
Yeah.
Breeze, all the
Yeah.
family in Chicago.
Right.
Josh,
Yeah,
Reggie.
Josh, yeah.
That was dope, man.
Alicia, thank you, yeah, for the hosting us.
It was dope, man. The whole month was just crazy. Like
Oh, manic.
I learned so much JB stuff, how to move to it. That last night in Chicago, the last
Oh,
skate night
yeah.
in Chicago,
Yeah.
was just for me, obviously,
What, at the rink?
the skate party itself was amazing, right? like opening my eyes to JB in real life because
Yeah.
I hadn't really properly been exposed to it. At the skate parties, they do it a bit, but not, like that. But like that last skate night in Chicago when we went to like the OAP session.
Tuesday
Fire.
morning.
Tuesday
Fire.
morning,
10 a.m.
10 a.m. session,
I
Tuesday morning.
wish we had
That,
that.
for me was one of the best sessions I've ever
Yeah.
had. Like being around
really
the
good to see.
OGs,
Right.
like the love and see. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the older generation.
Right.
That's the vibe that they have.
And they
the old
welcomed us.
generation.
Man was
and
there
it was
suited and
crazy.
booted, shirt, tie.
Look at my guy with the afro. Yeah.
Like,
With the dashiki.
it
Yeah.
was just they had the energy. Man's in their 70s, 80s, just with the vibe. They had the vibe. Like it was just so
I
crazy.
felt like I was at my mom's house as well because they were like, don't stand against the wall, like get out on the rink. Yeah, they were like,
There
get
was
out there.
one guy. What did he say? The original Batman. Imagine Carl, but like 75 years old,
Yeah.
but still Carl.
He had the armband like
Flying around
Josh
like
Williams,
energy,
innit?
energy.
So wait, what was he like? Josh or was he like Carl? Which one was he like?
No. He just had the armband that Josh
But he
wears.
was-
Oh, but he was like Carl.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And he
But
was
he just had the
constantly,
energy.
like trying to get us to skate with him.
Yeah,
and, like,
it was
Some of them
It was
grandmas that
dope.
were doing jumping and turning, I was like, oh, my back. And
It
I'm
was
watching
dope.
them do it.
And they just appreciated us being there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was just so welcoming, so nice.
yeah, the hospitality was crazy there, man.
They asked us if we were coming back next week. I was like, honey, we got to fly
Only.
out.
It was so nice, man. And they just appreciated the fact that we skated the way we did. It was nice, man. And then Roller London was just spectacular.
It was
Like,
amazing.
it was just built on last year. It was just bigger and better. Do you know what I mean?
So on that one, like, again, going back to the origins of the next chapter, we came back from Soulskate saying we need something like this back home. So originally the NC was to build a skate party, and Roland London this year, I don't mean to use an overused phrase, but we really made history, man. We really made history for this country and for the London skate scene.
European
Like,
skate
Yeah,
scene.
exactly.
it was amazing. Like, from time people were crying because they've had such a good time and such a good
Right.
experience.
Right.
Like people catching flights from, where do we have them from this year?
We had like 11 countries.
Finland,
Yeah.
It was
Germany,
crazy.
Austria.
It was crazy.
Right. So you had Amsterdam, you had
Yeah. Someone
Mm.
it's like it was some weird like people just start talking to you and they're like say there's some place you're like wait what you're like wait what you came like some people didn't even know who we was, they just saw the event, it was like oh yeah I'm coming like they didn't even follow the NC as the NC, they just knew that there was an event in London that was to do with real roller skating, so they just came and then afterwards we found out who they were
And I've got to say, in that sense, when Daniel, going back to what Daniel was saying about the evolution and change of the culture, how many, a few years ago, were people doing that? Flying to go to people's countries, to skate. Remember we went to Belgium for the night and came back we literally went from work to Belgium, skated in Belgium to
Belgium.
Berlin.
Berlin. And skated
like-
until...
Yeah,
We skated until what time? And then straight back to Uber, back to the airport
Yeah.
to fly back.
I don't even tell people I've been to Germany.
Yeah,
I
how
don't-
can you say
for
it?
me, I don't feel like that counts. We literally flew in
We
the
saw the
evening,
night, that's what we saw.
skated and flew back. I didn't see none of the place.
And for that alone, when you talk about Road on London and people flying in to come,
Well, I feel like the success of Road on London was because of the work we put in
Yeah,
beforehand. All the traveling we did beforehand was the reason that on our first year ever doing Roll On, we had so many international skaters coming out.
Exactly,
Do you know what I mean? If we didn't do that,
Right,
if we didn't travel in the first place, if we didn't get out there, that wouldn't have been the case.
This is
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
even with the
and not
tours
even
and
just the
that,
visitors. Like, shout out David Narcissistic, DJ Narcissistic. Like, he flew in to DJ for our party. He paid for his own flight, paid for his own accommodation, and played DJ'd for free. Like, that's love, man. That's
exactly.
love.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for real. Just to be part of it.
Just to be part of it.
Just to be part of it.
Right.
and they love what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's only going to get bigger. Shout 2020, Roll on
Yeah,
London, man.
2020.
Yes, make sure you're there.
Be
Last
there.
weekend of July.
It ain't about being
weekend.
square, just be there. Yeah.
It's going to be bigger and better. It's only going to grow, do you know what I mean? That's it. It's
That's
only going to
true.
grow. So we just got to try and top it every year. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but
Yeah, we're gonna know what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a ball in the middle of the skate
Oh,
rink.
don't bust me up.
Oh,
With your skates on, fam.
Take your skates and start quirking. That's how we're gonna top it. Sorry, let's bring it.
that's why
That's
we
it.
can't
Full
take Ash
circle.
nowhere, you know.
Smoky, fam. I'd stop if I were you right now.
Sorry, this is my camera right here. Every time I keep it like, you better do like little like. Look at him, so he doesn't know what's happening.
That's my,
That's my
yeah,
camera.
that's my camera.
That's good. That's your camera there.
Sucking in all the light.
Yeah, all the lights comments.
But I think what we're doing for the culture in London is phenomenal. Yeah, and that's why we're the next chapter, and that's why we're not looking at the here and now. And we need
do
to
you think it's appreciated? Do you think Londoners see it that way? Do you think people in the UK see it that way?
I don't think so, but there's that saying, you're not valued in your own backyard,
Yeah.
are you? And I don't think
What's
they
the saying?
will.
What say again?
You're not valued in your own backyard, so you're not valued
Okay,
in
great.
your hometown. You know, so when we go out into Europe and you start moving, people will follow you. Here, it's not necessarily the case because you're not valued in your backyard. But I think that they're starting to see something. Maybe not see that, but they're starting to see something.
I think more people came this year because they felt they missed out last year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I'll miss that again.
And I think that's going to be the case next year.
You're right.
Do you know what was beautiful for me? Even more beautiful this year. So last year, you know how rumours go around, got back to me that a few people who I hold to a certain degree of respect and high esteem had said they weren't going to come to the event, our first event. They weren't going to support it. It's going to be rubbish. It's going to fail.
But why though? Why did they say they weren't?
I don't know why.
Because it was American. Oh, you're just trying to be like the Americans. That was what I heard anyway.
Okay.
I heard. That's what I
Well,
heard.
we heard those negative comments. And shout out to one person in particular. He knows who he is. But he said, it's my face. It's not going to work. People aren't going to come. People aren't going to come. No one's going to fly here for it. Like,
Oh, I have a feeling.
no one's going to support it. No, it's not going to work. It's all right. We'll see. This guy in particular was there every single night. And he came up to me at the end of the first one and said, this is the best skate night I've had. Well done. And my actions have always spoken louder than my words, and that was enough for me. But I respect him enough because he said it to my face first and foremost, and then he corrected himself after. And he came this year as well. And some of the other people that was in the conversation, they were there every night too.
But I think
It's just new. That's what it is.
Right.
It's new.
And stepping out of that zone.
Like people
really.
don't like change, innit? And now that there's change and it's new, but now they're seeing that, oh, it's not. It's like when the caveman discovered fire, you know? They were like, yeah, that's what it is. It's like, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's all right. Like, it's okay.
Right.
So
You know what
I think
I
it's
mean?
going to destroy it instead
But
of...
like you said, you can't change a
Right.
culture overnight. It's something that happens over time, and as it builds and grows, you know. Because I feel like what we're doing with Roll-On, you can't get in Europe. You can't get it. What we do and how we do it, you can't get in Europe anywhere.
I bought a t-shirt off of Skate Lisa once, years ago, Vauxhall days. And it says, skate for the cause, not the applause. Behave.
I don't want to say nothing.
I forgot the next line of it, but that's why we do what we do. That's what the NC is. The NC isn't supposed to be about us four or the other four. Like, it's the movement, it's the message. Like, we're doing it for the culture, not for any kind of recognition and to say, oh, those are the guys. No, it's not that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Like I don't care if people know who I am,
Right.
but you'll see the culture change.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
You know,
That's
like Moody
me
Man.
right there. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Moody Man. Like, we was in Detroit and we was like, oh yeah, we was just chatting to Moody Man. They were like, who? We're like, the guy whose face is on your t-shirt. The guy whose skate party this is. Who's that? Never mind. Just know he's
Don't
the
even
guy.
know.
And he's the guy.
Don't even know who he is.
But he likes it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He
That's
doesn't
cool.
want people
That's
to know
what's
who he is. And That's a good way to be, man. Just do what you need to do, get it done.
Don't make skating die, basically.
Yeah, like it's for me. I feel it's an obligation. That's just the way I
I
feel.
feel that way.
You know what I mean?
I feel that way.
This
You
thing I
never saw
love, I
that
don't
as
want it to
well.
die out.
If I have an opportunity to be part of something that will make it better,
Yeah.
I feel like I have to do it.
Right. And I think it's good to be reminded of that. You know, if you can be a stepping stone toward, you know, the future, of the culture, I think that's great. I mean, anything for this will continue, you know, so that we have more second generations, right? You have third generation, fourth generation, you know. So
That's the plan.
right, exactly. And it's not about obviously name recognition and what, you know, make sure you know who that is. It's about we're moving this forward, and we'd love for you to join in. You know, we'd love for you to be a part of that, to be stepping stone on the way forward. Yeah. And you just look back and you see, you know, what it took, you know, the endurance it took to get to where we're gonna be.
Yeah, it's not easy, but you know, someone's got to do the heavy lifting.
No, that's why we call the next chapter, isn't it?
For real.
Shout out to Mark Mead. Mark Mead, that's my guy,
That
man.
guy.
That's my guy.
That guy.
Like, Mark for me is the next chapter. Like, he's constantly trying to progress, constantly trying to learn, happy to try and teach people.
Yeah.
Like, whenever we go on something, whenever we go on tour, go skate somewhere, he's like, yep, I'm coming, I'm down. He'll book his ticket, everything. Like,
He
Craig,
loves skating.
Jiggy.
Craig, yeah.
Shout out Jiggy.
Yeah.
Jiggy for that as well. Yeah, definitely upholding that.
There's a whole bunch of people. Sorry if I didn't name you.
Yeah.
Ebony,
Right.
Valeria.
We say skate things.
Yep,
Well,
skate things. My mate skates. Leisha.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah, for stepping into
Yeah.
that space as well.
There's,
yeah.
there's a lot of people out there. There's a few.
There
Yeah,
is, there
exactly.
is. And Christiane, shout out Fixate.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the way I see the NC, like if I see someone making moves for the culture, you are NC in my book. Whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
Whether you like it or not, Jermaine Murdoch. Yeah, you are NC because you're inspiring people to do better, pushing them.
Right.
Yeah, because I know
That's my guy, man.
that's your guy.
I love that guy. I love that guy. I love that guy and his family.
Talent, man.
Yeah.
Real talent, boy. Real talent. And I rate him because he did it like,
On his own.
On his
yeah,
own.
on his own.
He
yeah.
doesn't really have a crew.
Doesn't have
Yeah.
like
With me, I find it hard to skate without a vibe. I need a vibe from someone.
You said that. Where was we? In Barcelona.
Yeah, in
There was one
Barcelona,
night.
I was like searching for the vibe.
Where's
Like,
Carl? Where's
I
Carl?
was
I
like,
need
Carl
Carl.
was here. Like, Carl gives me the energy. I give the energy back. Like, that's why I was skating with Mo. Like, Mo's
Yeah.
giving me the vibe, trying to get the vibe. Like, I
Yeah.
need the vibe. If I don't have a vibe, I just find myself just going around in circles trying it, and I'll just do a little turn, and I'll be like, this is
Yeah. I think
I need a vibe. So I rate people that like are just out here.
yeah,
on
just
their-
doing it.
Like might be by themselves or just with someone who might not be on their level per se, and they're still really just put like look at Chris in Canada.
Yeah.
yeah,
He
Chris.
doesn't have loads of people to skate with.
It's true.
And you
it's
see
true.
him in a skate park, you see him at a ballroom with like people just dancing to ballroom, and he's there on his skates, just like
living his best life.
just doing these next
it.
moves. Like, I
That's
rate that
next chapter.
so
That's-
much.
that's
I rate that so much. You know what I mean? Because we're privileged here. When I got Carl, I
We
got
are.
without Jason, I wouldn't be as good as I am. Not even close. I'd be still trying to learn crazy legs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Black
But I had
velvet.
that back and
Guinness.
forth. I had that back and forth with him to push me, to push him to get better.
Yeah.
And there's people that don't have that, and they're still out here killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
On on that privilege point, right? I feel that we are kind of in that middle space. Like we go to America and we're like, wow, oh, we wish we had these rinks, half an hour drive from each other, and like so many other skaters, all the options, skate nights every other day. Like we come back and we're like, wow, we're really envious of what they have there. We wish we had that here. But then we go to other places in Europe.
Well, they come here,
Yeah.
and they say the same things.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, when we speak to them, they're like, wow, like, I really loved Fixate. I really loved Harrow. I really loved Vauxhall when it was around.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving out Tottenham right now, but because it's still new, I haven't really spoken to anyone about it.
Yeah.
But, like, we are fortunate that we have free spots.
we
We
have,
lost
yeah.
we lost Stratford, unfortunately.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We lost
yeah.
Stratford.
Shame.
But that even became famous in its own right as well. Like
Yeah.
people wanted to come down
Great
to skate
space.
for just to skate inside the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
You know what I mean?
people
Because they
in
saw
America
us
say
doing
to
that.
us.
Which,
Wow.
yeah.
So we are privileged. I come back from European trips a lot more humbled and just grateful for what we have,
Yeah.
but proud that we're on a path of building up more here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And even within Europe, like they're across the road from us. There are people.
Right.
You're part of our community.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, hashtag remain. That's true,
Remain.
remain. It's the truth.
Should have wore bollocks to Brexit.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
You should superimpose it right now, like.
Oh, God. I think we're gonna have to call it a night. I don't know what's the time. What's the time?
Yeah, 9:28.
Oh, so we went over.
Holly, why didn't you say? Molly, why didn't you say something?
Wow.
Oh, the way she looked
Molly.
at me,
Molly,
like,
sorry,
Jesus
sorry.
Christ.
Shout out, Molly.
I did hold up at 9 and then pointed to
Yeah.
I thought you.
Kai
Oh,
wouldn't shut up.
9 and then pointed to
I didn't know what that
I
was.
thought you meant 9 as in like 9
Why
minutes.
didn't you do that? That's the international sign for
For
time.
time.
I didn't know what the Valeria said she didn't know what the
Toby, man.
All right,
Two jobs,
we'll
cameras
call
and
it there.
time.
We'll call it there.
Bye, MC.
To be continued.
Sign off.
Oh yeah, it's time.
It's done. It's done, fam. Just cut. Just lock it off. Just lock it off.
Just say bye bye.
You say something. Say something. Like, end it.
Lock it off.
Lock it off.
Lock
Done.
off.
See you later.
Remember
Next
that
chapter.
old sign
off,
of
innit?
the girl with the chalk. Do you remember that?
How,
You're old.
How
You're
old
old.
are you, man?
You're old. I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm
You're
talking about.
old.
Trust
Oh
me.
my gosh, I'm gonna.
Actually, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're
You know,
old.
like it was like, and it's like a little white girl
It
with chalk.
wasn't a chalkboard. There was a freaking
Oh,
TV
in the- on
behind.
the TV.
There's a TV.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
know what you're talking about. Go on now.
TV
That's what
with
we're
the.
gonna. That's what we're gonna put here to sign off.
Okay,
innit?
okay.
We're not, but yeah, lock off.
No, hush you up. And the rink was wood. That's what I was saying.
The rink wasn't
It was
wood.
It was wood.
It wasn't wood.
The rink
It
was
vinyl.
wood.
But it was wood.
It was vinyl. I'm telling you.
It's not violent, bro.
I'm telling you.